great afternoon. We are an afternoon. Let me shuffle these and see what we get for a spiritual life topic today. Let's see what we have today. Okay. Oh, that's one I spoke on yesterday, so we're going to leave that. We don't need to talk on it again. Accountability. Responsibility is a gift of love to yourself and others. Okay? So, yeah. Let's talk about accountability. One is accountable for their actions. Okay? Your actions, you can develop good karma, or what's termed negative karma. And so negative karma, some of your karma will follow you in your next life, and it will create the prarabdha karma. The prarabdha karma is what you come in with, lessons you come in to learn, lessons that you have to transition through, okay? So, always be accountable for your actions. Now, there are those out there that think that they can manipulate things and they're justified in whatever they do, and that they're not going to gain karma for it because they are justifying something negative in their own mind that they're going to project onto others. But they are creating karma. I don't care how much they want to try to rationalize their actions. Karma is being created because you can't get away from the divine is. And anyone that enters realization knows that the divine is this absolute perfection. Okay? Absolute perfection. So when one goes into that, dismantles into that divine perfection, one understands immediately karma is no joke. Okay? And karma has to be in place because of the divine is, because of its perfection. Okay? So when something is out of that perfection, it's going to do what it can to, again, right that scale. Okay? To right that scale. So yes, people are accountable for their actions, being responsible. Okay? If you are a parent, you have children, you have a responsibility to take care of them. Now, in this day and age, we have so many that try to get out of that responsibility. Okay? They are abusing that ability that they have with having children. They're not being accountable. Okay? And so accountability, being a responsible person is so important. As a teacher, as a guru, as a teacher, I don't care, how high or low, if you're a Sat guru or if you are just a guru of whatever, a teacher of whatever, okay? If you are a teacher, especially a Sat guru, saying one is a Sat guru, teaching the truth, Sat is truth, okay, the ultimate reality of truth. If one is teaching, then you are responsible for your teachings. You are responsible for what you are giving to others, okay? It's not something that people should enter into lightly, okay? Because you have a heavier karmic debt if you mislead students, okay? If you are misleading them, you can have a very, very heavy karmic debt, okay? So if you are a responsible teacher, you know this, okay? And you are going to be very conscious of what you are giving to your students, okay, how you are interacting with them, okay? Now, when we see those ones out there that are doing these abuses and they think they're above and beyond karmic happenings, they have another thing coming, okay? They are going to have some very difficult times on the other side because they are going to feel all the pain that they're putting their students through misbegotten messages, okay? Or those that take their students and abuse them, use them sexually, or use them in other manners, okay? You know, they have a heavy karmic debt coming, okay? So, you know, be responsible for your actions no matter where you're at in life. I don't care if you are, you know, a householder or if you are a Satguru. One is responsible for their actions. And if you are a guru or a Satguru, you are even more heavily responsible for your actions than are others that don't know. If you say you know, then you best be following the correct way, okay? Because you are accountable for what you are saying you are knowing and that you are teaching and that you are giving out, okay? One is responsible for that, okay? So I am going to leave this here. I'm going to also put underneath this one about Tantra. This is a tantric path. The path that I teach is a tantric path. And people have such mistaken notions about what it is, you know, making up all this nonsense about what I teach. You know, I have somebody out there saying their third eye is open, and when I was in India, I was doing Tantra, so I was having all this sex. I was doing all this sex. No, there are left-handed paths and right-handed paths. This is a right-handed path. It has nothing to do with sex. And you can go through any of my videos, okay, on my other channel. I'm going to put a few videos here, links to some videos, but you can go through my other channel, Guru Swamiji, look up Tantra, and you'll see that every single video I have talks against left-handed path and the sexualized, you know, idea of Tantra, which they are teaching here, you know, no sex sells, okay? And genuine Tantra has nothing to do with doing this sexual thing and you have your partner and, ooh, it's going to be, you know, no, okay? Now, in ancient times, there were those that did a left-hand path. And perhaps some of it had benefit because when they were doing it back then, this was for Brahmins, okay? Brahmins are the high caste, okay? So what happened? They didn't pick a partner and go there and have sex and, ooh, this is fabulous, and, oh, you know, like they're doing here, okay? What it was being used for was to break through the conditionings. So how did this work? The tantric master picked their partner. They didn't come in with somebody that they were attracted to, so they were going to have all this fun with, okay? The tantric master would pick a woman, because usually it was a male, the Brahmin was a male that was coming there, and they would pick an untouchable. Now, if you know anything about Brahmin class in India, if the shadow of an untouchable touches even their shadow, they're polluted. Oh my God, this is, you know. And then, you know, even today you see them when I was in Ramana Ashram, all these things they go through before they eat, after they eat, all these, you know, all these ceremonial things they go do to purify themselves. So this is why it was used, that left-handed path, because like I said, it's nothing what they're trying to say here. You know, like I said, sex sells here, okay? But a genuine tantric path is not teaching sex. And I highly resent people, and I had one person that came out, you know, and I have my suspicions who it is, said they were a reporter, okay, not a reporter, no credentials, no nothing, and said I was doing, you know, sexual tantra, you know, I was doing all this sex stuff and everything, and same thing that's going on now with this same person, you know, oh, my third eye's open and I could see, and you're doing all this sex in India, all this tantra. No, absolutely not, 100% not. So whatever their big third eye is telling them, it's fantasy mode, okay? They're in fantasy land. So you can watch all my videos that I have up there on Tantra, what it is, what it's not, you know. And again, I highly resent somebody sitting there saying they know what I was doing in India. They have no idea on the path I teach, what I'm doing in India or not, okay? And you'll see in the ones I'm putting up today are about my tattoos, where I go through my tattoos about, because people have asked about my tattoos before, so I'm putting up that video in the description about my tattoos and a bit about Tantra. I'm putting up another video where I talk about Khajuraho, the Tantric temple in India, okay? And about Tantra on this path, okay? And it's, again, nothing, 180 degrees from what, you know, smear campaigns want to try to say and make it out to be, okay? Again, they can have their fantasy and put out the most nasty, disgusting, degrading things they want, but it has nothing to do with this path, okay? Whatever they're fantasizing about in the dark little corners of their mind, it has nothing to do with this path. So thanks for tuning in, love and light, and I'll see you online.